So what is the pen tool? Well, the pen tool allows you to draw 2 points, point A and point B. Let me turn this on. Point A and point B, and allow you to draw a line between them. This line can be straight, this line can be curved. That's all it is. Now, this is the fundamental of the pen tool. We can extend it to create complex shape, path, and so on and so forth. What is path and shape? We will get to that. But we need to remember one thing. Anything that you do with a pen tool is a vector. It is not a raster, it is a vector. What is the difference between a vector and a raster? Here is the difference. A vector is based on mathematical formula. A raster is based on pixels. Again, a vector is based on mathematical formulas, whilst a raster is based on pixels. The picture that you take with your camera is a raster because it's made up of tiny pixels. When you bought your camera, they might have said to you that your camera is 24 megapixels or 50 megapixels, which means the pictures you take with it contain 24 million pixels or consist of 50 million pixels. Now, what is pixels? Small squares with color information. Small squares with color information. They combine together to give you the image. And what is a vector? A vector is any graphic which is based on mathematical formula and not on pixels. For example, a simple mathematical formula like y equals x determine a straight diagonal line which is 45 degrees. No matter how much you zoom in, it will never pixelate. Why? Because it is made up of pixels. Let me illustrate. So suppose, let me hide this. So suppose you select your custom shape tool and then you select any shape. So let me open up this, then open my legacy tools. So if you are using the latest Photoshop and you don't have this legacy shape and more, don't worry, go to window. Let me click on the move tool, go to window and then search for shapes. You are going to find it somewhere here. Here is it. Click on it and you are going to have it open somewhere here for you. Then you see these 3 dots. Just click on that and you are going to have this new tab. You are going to see legacy shape and more. Click on that and it is going to add the legacy shape and more for you. So when I open it, you can see it from here. So let me go back to here, my shapes, select the custom shape tool, click here and open the legacy. You see that I have one more added. You can select it and delete it. Bam. That way, let's go. Then let me open all the shapes. By the way, we are just going to select any shape that we want and illustrate with it. So let me select this and then I'll click and drag in Photoshop. You can hold down the shift key to keep it in proportion and boom, you are going to have a shape with color. And with the shape, you can see when you look at the options at the top here, you can see fill stroke over here. We don't want stroke for this one, so we will click on this and select no color and boom, we are going to remove the stroke from it and boom, we have our shape. And also if you want to change the color, you can double click here and you select, maybe let's choose black for this one. So if you want to change the color of this shape, you can see the thumbnail here. So we can click on the thumbnail, double click on it and we can change the color. Let's choose black for this, click on OK. Now since this one is a vector, we can make it as bigger as we want. So let me make it bigger. Hold down the Alt key, drag, and it will drag from the center. Click on Ctrl O or Command O to fit everything to screen. Or you can use Ctrl or Command minus or plus to zoom in and zoom out. Let me zoom in, Ctrl plus to zoom in. So Ctrl plus to zoom in. Select outside, you can see that this one is very sharp. It hasn't been pixelated. It's still very sharp. Have a look at it. It's very, very sharp. Alright. Now, if you make it smaller, just like this. So let me make it smaller. Make it smaller. Then hit enter. And then Control T for the free transform. By the way, free transform allows you to transform your shape to make it bigger or smaller. So when you go to edit, you are going to see free transform over here, and you can see the shortcut is Ctrl T. So with that, when I zoom in again, make it bigger as you want, click on enter and zoom in, and you can see that this one has not pixelated. Why? Because this is a vector shape. You can do this again and again and again, and it will always stay very sharp. But this does not happen to raster images because they are made up of pixels. Once you make them smaller, they bend themselves down onto those pixels, and once you make it bigger, it kind of messes up. Remember, this canvas is made up of pixels, so if you zoom in, it is going to pixelate. So let me zoom in, and you are going to see that the shape will start to pixelate because the canvas that we are working with is made up of pixels. Now let's do the same thing. Delete this one. So I'll select this one, click on the delete key, and then select my custom shape tool again. Select a shape. So we are going to use this one, and then from here, with this one, we are going to change from shape over here. So you can see shape. Let's select pixels. So I will select pixels instead. So the first one was shape, and then with the pixels, make sure you add a new layer. So I will click on this plus to add a new layer. So here is it. You add a new layer over here, and then with my shape selected, I'm going to draw another shape. This one is made up of pixels, so let's see the difference. So with this one, when I make it bigger, you can see it starts to mess up a little, but it's still sharp though. You can see this one is still sharp. Ctrl O to fit everything to screen. Ctrl T for the free transform, and once I make it smaller, very small, hit the enter key, and then let's make it bigger again. So I'll click and make it bigger, and you can see, boom, you can see that it starts to lose some information. That's the difference between a vector and a raster image. So from here you can see that the raster image has lost all the details. It's totally crazy, right? Have a look. It's very, very crazy. It has lost all the details. All you need to know is that everything that you do with a pen tool is a vector. It's not a raster, it's a vector. All right.